Janet Landey has lived a life of big visions, visions that have changed the realities of countless thousands of individual lives and organizations, both close to home and around the world. With husband Crispin by her side and cheering her on since their marriage nearly 50 years ago, their multi-generation family now numbers 82 and counting. A family that, with her 8 brothers and sisters and their families added in, learned quickly that life was going to be about special events, lots of them, and welcomed everyone to join the celebrations. Janet officially started her career in the 1970s with a toy company, Triang Pedigree, and motivated by the birth of their first child, she started making Cabbage Patch Kids clothing for a licensed toy company in South Africa. With over 50 sewing machinists and a creative artist, the business soon expanded into making licensed character costumes for Smurfs, Care Bears, and Womble merchandise. Perhaps it was a desire to celebrate the success of that early endeavor that led her to create her next role as the founder, event architect, and chief experience officer of Party Design, a Johannesburg-based event design and decor company whose expertise and visions were equally at home, providing the joy of small but life-changing birthday parties for underprivileged children, something that she continues to provide today. To celebrations honoring the birthdays and release from prison of South African president and global icon Nelson Mandela. Janet's hand extended into global focus events like the 2010 FIFA World Cup, the training of 2,500 volunteers for the ICC Cricket World Cup, and the on-field entertainment for the 2005 World Cup rugby match, including an unforgettable moment for everyone when she arranged for a Boeing 747 to fly over the stadium with messages of good luck stenciled on the underside. A moment captured forever through a painting signed by Mandela, the pilot and even the 747 itself, making its mark by taxiing over the bottom right corner with a paint-splattered nose wheel. While at the same time she was growing the success of her children's events, recruiting the involvement of such world voices as Dr. Jane Goodall to launch a new Roots and Shoots program for local children, with a larger long-range goal of creating jobs for youth through the implementation of Sustainable Development Goal events, activities, and memorabilia. It didn't take long for Janet's focus to move from the excitement of events to the power of events, and her big dream and vision of using events as a positive platform for social inclusion, environmental health, and the sustainability of communities by maximizing the multiplier effect of what we all produce and do. Her global journey toward that vision led her to cross paths with many other passionate industry leaders, peers, and mentors, including Joe Goldblatt, Bill O'Toole, Glenn Bowden, Don Getz, Julia Rutherford Silvers, Philip Mondor, and others. Together, these leaders created a foundation and roadmap of event knowledge, the Event Management Body of Knowledge, or MBOK, the first ever codified body of knowledge in the field of planned events. This has led to much of the formal university-level training and governmental support that our industry enjoys today. After having met years earlier, Janet invited IFEA President and CEO Steve Schmader in 2007 to join the conversation at a South African MBOK symposium, which resulted in the beginnings of IFEA Africa and Janet's role as the president of that new global affiliate. This helped build the global IFEA brand while further positioning the organization as a leader in education, professional certification, sustainability, and life-changing empowerment through festivals and events. This path led to her roles on the IFEA World Board from 2013 to 2021, including service as the IFEA World Board Chair in 2019, and the coming together of her IFEA family with her own in South Africa. Then came opportunity to share one of her greatest achievements, the creation and visionary management of Skills Village 2030 in Bez Valley, Johannesburg. Skills Village 2030 is a cooperative village providing a workplace experience for hundreds of South African youth that uses festivals and events to bring to market commodities, goods, services, and experiences unique to the local community. Believing that events build communitas, competency, capacity, and personal capabilities that matter to everyone they touch, internally and externally, Janet designed the Skills Village 2030 platform to use practical event activities to raise workspace experiential learning opportunities that can prepare young participants with single occupation training to learning that can be translated to a cluster of other related occupations based upon common knowledge and skills. This fosters a desire for lifelong learning, cross-training, and alternative pathways for progression and growth through the end result of producing a community market day, all skills of which can contribute to solving the global challenge of unemployed youth. Janet's impact on our global festivals and events industry is perhaps most humbly obvious in the multitude of proud, empowered, well-trained, confident, and secure graduates of the Skills Village 2030 program, an impact best summed up by a small local South African event director at one of the early international MBOC gatherings in Johannesburg. When asked by Steve Schmader what resources they needed more of to be successful, their quick, sincere, and thoughtful response was, "We need more Janets." There are very few people in our global industry who have touched and impacted so many, close to home and around the world, individually and collectively, personally and professionally, than Janet Landey. Please join us in welcoming and congratulating our 2022 IFEA Hall of Fame inductee, Janet Landey.